What's up, guys? My name is Dr. Novinsky, and today we're going to talk about reparations. If you'd like to join the stream, you can come up on the StreamYards app. Here is the link. I'm going to post it in the comment section. Click on that link, and you can come up on the StreamYards panel, and we can talk about it. Feel free to grab a mic on the panel. Okay, so we're live on X, on Kick, and also on YouTube. So if you guys want to grab a mic and come on up, I just put the StreamYards link down there. Welcome to the space, Tobget. We'll let it run for a little bit longer, but I'm going to give my introduction first off. So my argument for reparations is quite simple, and let me just pull it up. I've written an essay on this. Let's go to reparations. Reparations. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here are my arguments as to why Black Americans should not get reparations. Firstly, it's totally impractical in any logistical sense. According to Volume 3 of Cambridge World History of Slavery, I quote, most societies in the past have had slaves, and almost all people in the past have had been slaves and owner of slaves. So, in theory, if we were to compensate Black Americans for slavery, we would open up a can of worms that would have pretty much every other person on earth having some kind of claim to reparations, as pretty much all of us have ancestors whom were slaves at one point in time. According to academic Kilslov from Oxford published paper, slaves, moneylenders, and prison guards, the Jews in the trade in slaves and captives in the Crimean Khanates. Second paragraph of page 2. I'll now paraphrase. Around 2 million white people were enslaved from the 1500s to 1700s. Thus, the Black Sea slave trade was comparable to the transatlantic slave trade during the same time period. I'll read that again. From the years 1500 to 1700, there were 2 million white people enslaved by the Arabs, the Ottomans, the Tartars, the Barbaries. So the Black Sea slave trade was comparable to the transatlantic slave trade from the same period. Add on top of that the millions of white slaves taken from all over Europe, from Italy to Iceland, and the Barbary Muslim pirates, and I'd question whether the Muslim world, including from parts of Africa, owed reparations for the slavery of our people. As you can see, claiming reparations for the enslavement of one's ancestors becomes very tricky. According to a study reported on by Vox, millions of self identified white Americans have 1% or more African ancestry. Vox reports in South Carolina and Louisiana, researchers found that 1 in 20 people who call themselves white had at least 2% African ancestry. And in the South, about 10% of people who identified as white turned out to have African ancestry. The researchers could even pin down the timing the mixture generally occurred in the early 1800s when slavery was legal. So there's millions of white people that would possibly have a claim to reparations. So this brings up the logistical impossibility of having a fair reparation system. What percentage of black ancestry do you have to get reparations? Do so-called white people with some black ancestry linked to slavery get reparations? And many more uncomfortable questions. So instead of walking through this minefield, how about we just target the actual issue instead of attacking the red herring of race? The real issue is wealth inequality. So let's advocate for reparations for poor people in the USA, regardless of their race. This is better as it's not racially excluding. Not all black people are poor, but all poor people are poor. I don't think it's fair that some privileged black person from a wealthy family in Beverly Hills gets money over some poor white person living in a trailer in Alabama. These kinds of policies should focus on class and not race. Having a class based reparations program will disproportionately benefit black Americans as a collective due to them being disproportionately poor. But it's not going to exclude them. It's not going to exclude poor white people or poor Hispanics, right? So those are my arguments for reparations. I'm happy to change my mind or be pushed on this. So if you guys want to grab a mic again, I'll put the link down there in the in the comments. We're live on X, we're live on Twitter, and we're live on YouTube. So there's a link if you guys want to grab a mic. Oh, it's my first time on Kick. So I'm looking forward to actually being on Kick. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna send this out to some people. Let's get some more people on the panel. Let's get some more people on the panel. Let's boom. Okay. So yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel about reparations? Do you have any comments? If you do, and feel free to put them down in the section, and I'll read them out as we go. So my name's Dr. Davinsky. This is the first time on Kick. I have been on YouTube for a while. I got about 2K on YouTube. On Twitter, I got about like 500. I get banned from Twitter a lot though. I've had free accounts in the past year, but I'm trying to keep this account and I'm trying to grow. Yeah, got three people in here. Let's get some more people in here, guys. Come on, let's like the stream. Let's retweet it. Let's get some more people in here. I usually start these a bit later, but we'll see how it goes. Got the Galaxy. So this is the Dominican Republic. Just having a lazy, oh, not really lazy day. I mean, went for a beach, had some Mexican food, just had an ice cream. So I trade stocks. That's my thing. That's how I'm able to travel. I retired at 28, and I've been traveling around the world since then. I lived in Thailand for 4 years. I've been in the DR almost 1 year, and I'll be heading to America very soon. I want to do some in real life streaming. That's why I've come over to Kick. I don't even know if I can say the guy's name, but I was the manager of a big streamer back in the day. He's very famous on Kick, actually. So let's hopefully get unbanned when he gets back. Well, we'll get some people in here. I'll figure out how to stream to the Monkey app too. That would be interesting if I can troll some people on the Monkey app. I got this in Tunisia. No, I got this in Egypt actually. Allahu Akbar. Mm. So maybe I should wait until other people get in here. Like, hey guys, if you want to ask me some questions on history, on politics, on stock market, I'm happy to go through any of those topics. Let me send it. Let me send it out to some people. Out to some people. Maybe I should do a street tour. Show you guys what the Dominican Republic looks like outside. Can you guys tell me, is anyone watching on Kick? We've got 5 people in here. I think most of those people are from X. I need to get my 25 subs. I think I need 25 subs on Kick. So guys, if you please can give me a follow on Kick, I'll follow you back. I do want to become a big Kick streamer. I'm gonna go to America, go to a lot of protests. Maybe I should get a better Kick set up. Oh, baby. People love it when they on your mind. Afford is love's currency. And I've been thinking about her all the time. Never seen somebody put together perfectly. What do I have to do to call you mine? Someone like you is so hard to find. You can open up your eyes or you can walk in blind. All I ask is that you hurry. I won't hurt you, don't you worry. Listen to me, I'ma set you free. He ain't gonna break your heart again. Go through the woods to reach the ecstasy. When your imagination's all pretend. I never thought it would feel this way. Eh. You never told me how I heal the pain. I wish you called me on a different day. When it was easier to be happy. So just another taste and I know I got you. Can you fly away? Can you fly away? The sound of silence and you know it wants you. Oh, the market just closed. I hope Trump tweets some bullshit about China over the weekend. Um, I want to see some big drops on Monday. I do. I'm tired of this. I just want the market to drop. Moderna's almost a buy again. We see Moderna drop down, say $24. We're gonna be in Moderna heavy. Yeah. Just another taste, and I know you'll got you. Can you fly away? Can you fly away? Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. I like this. So this is my Twitter, PhD Davinsky. Can you fly away? Can you fly away? The sound of silence, and you know I got you. Can kind of find it strange how the times have changed. Now wish gonna be free, baby. Once to me, say you'll leave the world forever, never come back around. Leave it all in the rear view. Leave it all in the rear view. You don't have to cry. You don't have to cry. I kind of find it strange how the times have changed. I'll get Taryn in here. So there's this guy called Taryn, and he thinks he's the founder of Anonymous, and he thinks he's the Messiah. He's very funny. I wanna fly. Come on, guys. I'm going all a cappella right now because you motherfuckers aren't grabbing a mic. Quit vaping. I. What time is it in Australia? I got my mum a birthday present. Waiting for her to wake up. Um. Okay. What time is it? It's 7 a.m. in Australia. Let's see if Tara will grab a mic. Oh no. So I was getting into a debate on Twitter about whether Michelle Obama is qualified, because in her, this N wokeness account, just complete moron account, it's like, oh, Michelle says all my scores said I did not belong in Princeton University, right? And then people like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Um, but what you're saying is that in Becoming, in her memoir, 2018 memoir, Becoming, and interviews, Michelle Obama described low SAT scores fueling imposter syndrome. So she felt like she didn't belong there. Yet she graduated with honors in 1985, right? Crediting affirmative action for broadening access beyond test metrics. Research, including a 2005 Princeton study on admissions, indicates holistic criteria like GPA and essays predict college success better than SAT scores alone, with affirmative action admits often matching peers' performance. So getting rid of affirmative action was probably the dumbest thing. Um, and that's why I think that the most low IQ group in the previous election were the Hispanics, because the Hispanics voted largely on culture war nonsense. They're like, oh well, the trans like genders are teaching our kids to read in libraries, or they see some viral clip of some naked guy at a pride parade. There's children around, as if that's the norm. And so they voted against their economic interests as a collective group and voted on culture war nonsense. It's like, well, you don't have to take your kids to those libraries, and I've never seen them. You don't have to take your kids to pride parades. So, Hispanics disproportionately benefited from affirmative action. They benefit from DEI. They benefited from their extended family not getting deported to Alligator Alcatraz. And so I just don't understand the mindset of the Hispanics. And what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to laugh into whiteness. And that's why you get all these goddamn Mexicans like Nick Fuentes, the handsome truth, Gypsy Crusader, who's, part Mexican, mostly a gypsy though. And they're trying to laugh their way into the white category. And they'll never be white, but whiteness is a social construct, so maybe it will be broadened to include to include Hispanics. And so in order for them to get whiteness, I feel they have to go against their own group in some sense. And you see that with the Hispanics for Trump. The only like educated demographic in that previous election were black women. There's only about 9% of them voted for Trump. Because it's like, why would you vote against someone like Kamala Harris that wouldn't have got, isn't so vocal against DEI? I mean, she benefited from it, affirmative action. So yeah, just the dumbest demographic in general were the Hispanics in the previous election. And it's because they want to be brought into whiteness. And you see this phenomena where you get like people like Nick Fuentes and Gypsy Crusader who aren't white, right? Nick Fuentes is less white than the average Ashkenazi. He has about 20% Amerindian blood, which is quite divergent from Europeans. So Ashkenazi Jews actually cluster closer to white people, Europeans, than Nick does. And so I just don't understand the mindset. Then you got someone like Gypsy Crusader who goes onto Omegle and he goes onto the Monkey app and he calls like, little black children the N word and calls them all kinds of slurs. And I'm like, well, who is the Gypsy Crusader? What group does he belong to? Oh, the Roma Gypsies? You mean the most incarcerated, the most welfare dependent, the most undereducated group across Europe that have far higher incarceration rates than black people, even in America? So that's the guy. Or the Gypsy Crusader, the one who is a career felon that has drug manufacturing and trafficking charges dating back to 2005. That guy. The guy that can't own a firearm in America or in New York because he's a convicted felon. And so you get someone like that who comes from a objectively worse ethnic group. You can look at black British children and how they score with the GCSE. This is the exam you do at age 16. Black British children, black African children in the UK get double the rates, double the exam marks as gypsies do. So It's just a lot of projection. It's like they project their shortcomings outwards, right? They feel inadequate, so they project those out onto black people. And it's the same with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's like, well, if I see a black female pilot, I'll have to question her credentials as if she's not qualified. It's like, do you think they just hand out like licenses to black women to fly a plane? You're a college dropout. Like, who are you? What are you qualified for? Getting shot in the neck? Is that your qualification? um, are we including gang violence? Fucking Charlie Kirk. Piece of shit. Smoking on that Charlie Kirk pack. Ah, let me turn on the Charlie Kirk pack. Smoking on that Charlie Kirk pack. But yeah, if you want to come up, I'm gonna put the StreamYards link in the description again. You can pop on up. But yeah, Mexicans are like retarded, honestly. Ooh. Come on up on the panel. You know what? Chopsticks are like the dumbest fucking way of eating. It's better to just eat with your hands at that point. They're a wooden age technology. They're not even like Stone Age. They're wood, right? And this, I hate white people who go to Chinese restaurants and they pretend they're, oh, I'm so cultured. I eat with chopsticks. I was at a Chinese restaurant. I was actually Korean. I was in Vietnam, and there was this French guy and an English guy. I think they were gay. Anyway, there was no tables left, so they asked if they could sit at my Korean barbecue. I'm like, oh, whatever. So they got their chopsticks, and they're like, oh, you don't know how to use chopsticks because I requested a knife and fork like a civilized person. And I'm like, no, well, I mean, I could learn, obviously. I mean, but the point is like, why would I go to an inferior technology like chopsticks? It's barbaric. It's primitive. You got two pieces of wood like tweezers, right? I want iron age technology. I want metal knives and forks. You can scoop, you can prong, you can cut. There's more surface area. Just objectively a superior eating utensil. All right. But they think, oh, well, it's ethnic. It's ethnic. Well, I mean, when you go to an Indian restaurant, do you put your hand in the curry slop? No, you use a spoon like a normal person. Well, I guess I've just got to keep talking while people come up here. Let me tell you, let me go through some of my tweets. So I used Brittany Venti's DNA and Nick Fuentes's, as I said earlier, and I used a Chinese person's ancestry, and I wanted to see who clustered closer to Europeans, and I included Ashkenazis. So Nick Fuentes and Brittany Venti basically are around the same distance from Europeans, and Brittany Venti is 30% black. Nick Fuentes is about 20% Amerindian, and then the Ashkenazis they clustered closer to white people than Nick Fuentes and Brittany Venti. Do we have any groypers down there? You want to come up here and defend Nick Fuentes? I am Nick Fuentes a login. I'm in my Allah Akbar shit. Allah Akbar. Oh, we're in an Indian Bantu Alliance group chat. Uh, so we got 10 people watching. Come on up. This is my first stream on Kick. I am also streaming on X and on YouTube. So please put a comment down, like the stream, share it. I want to get some more people on the panel. I'm not very good at just doing the talk show by myself. I like to feed and bounce off ideas with people. So grab a mic. Maybe I should read something. Oh yeah. Well, I need a team. I need a team of people to come on the panel. My name is Sail away. There's an angel contemplating my only. There I go. The places where we go when it's young and old. 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets our wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts racing through my head, and I think that love is dead. Well, I'm loving angels instead. And so it all you offer me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether that's right or wrong. Well, if I don't get a couple more people joining in a second, then I'm just gonna go on Monkey App and troll people. I just wanted to make sure this works. All right, guys. Well, I might wrap it up now and try to do a stream later. So if you are watching, please, if you're on Kick, subscribe to me. I'm gonna have some big debates coming up. I've debated Vosh, I've debated Myron Gaines still on my YouTube. Debated Destiny. I've debated Martin Shkreli, the farmer bro. So yeah, I mean, I will get some big content out here. So please follow me on Kick. Be my first sub. Much love. All right, guys. Peace.